Yo. Joe.
Can you guys hear me right now?
Yeah.
Hello.
What's up, boys? Is there going to be a video too?
We are live, boys.
We are live.
Thank you so much.
Finishing up preparation here.
Do you guys have video for me or no? Oh, there we go.
Hey.
Here we go.
What's up, Max?
Alrighty.
Cool. Where's Joe's video? Why is it
Everybody-
alternating between you two?
It just kind of does that.
Sorry. Okay, sorry.
We're here Friday, March 20th. Starting off the morning here with episode 2 of this show. We have some pretty interesting things you like to, I think, talk about a little bit today. We have today in the world, we have Governor Gavin Newsom shutting down California pretty much with his quarantine, his ban on people leaving their homes on the shelter-in-place order. We have Hawaii
Crazy.
speaking how they want to shut down the island pretty soon here. But that's yet to be decided. And then we have pretty much every public event and social event in the world being shut down at this point. And yet, the Russian Volleyball League is still going.
Really?
With all this going on, we have the Russian Volleyball League still going. And speaking just in general about how this has affected volleyball internationally within the U.S., you saw some leagues react pretty immediately, and they shut down leagues over in Europe. Obviously, I just got back from Germany. I found out last Thursday at 8 p.m. and I was on a flight out the next morning. Gage here and Max with their seasons being shut down. We heard a little bit from Gage yesterday on how he found that out and what the feeling is from their team at the University of Hawaii. But I speaking with a lot of people that were overseas playing many different sports, I think everybody was kind of in a hurry to get back once they had seen what President Trump was doing here with our borders. And so, we see in the volleyball world most leagues canceling and some leagues suspending. I don't know what you guys have to say about what you think about leagues suspending seasons versus just canceling them.
Yeah, I can't believe that about the Russian league. That's wild. That's really interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah, no. I found that out actually the other day from Eric Shoji. He let me know, and I'm like, of course, of all things going on, the Russian league is continuing to stay alive. They for a while this whole thing was going on, there was they hadn't reported any cases of the coronavirus or COVID-19. It was going on everywhere in the world. They have thousands of miles on the border there with China, but they weren't reporting any cases. But I think more recently here we saw yesterday Irvin and Gapeth test positive with for COVID-19, and with that coming forward, I think we saw Kevin Durant and a lot of athletes starting to publicly announce their test results. And so obviously the stuff going on in the world today have been affecting the sports world. I think that's pretty obvious, especially with us three directly affecting us in our abilities to do our job or our in our hobbies and what we love to do. So
wait, so Ingapeth just tested positive for it, you just said?
Yes, yesterday it just got announced that he had tested positive for COVID-19.
But he plays for Zenit Kazan, right?
In Kazan, yeah. And
so
that
is he
possible?
Is he still good to go in the game? They're still starting him?
Their deadliest weapon yet.
He started their match. Yeah,
automatic disqualifications.
That's wild.
Yeah, exactly. We that's a good question. Actually, we'll have to keep an eye.
Yeah, we're still gonna start.
That's like
if you're feeling okay.
That's like in Kicking and Screaming when they massacre those pigs and then meat. They come out in the van. It's like
Oh yeah.
we're sending ink bets after you if you dare step on the court.
You know, and yesterday I was kind of scrolling through my media feed, which I think most people are doing when they're sitting around their homes in these shelter-in-place orders. And I found some interesting articles and headlines that I'm gonna put up here.
let's hear 'em.
The first one I found regarding somebody that Max and I would enjoy. OJ Simpson
my.
says he'll go crazy if all golf courses are closed.
You can't say that.
And there-
like,
and
if you're
there's-
OJ.
And the responses on social media were pretty funny.
That's so bad.
I'm like,
Most comments are to the where guys are saying like, let leave the golf courses near OJ open. We don't need him going crazy.
I heard some stuff about OJ, like when he first got out, that he was going to clubs and stuff and asking to meet girls that looked like his ex-wife. I'm not even kidding.
no.
Yeah. I was like, imagine being there and you just hear that and you slightly resemble her. You'd be like, oh my, I'm getting out of here. Crazy, man.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I don't know how many of you have you two watched the
Crazy.
OJ Simpson show on Netflix?
No. I just watched the show that when you say
No, I never watched it.
Sasha Baron Cohen. La la la.
Sasha Baron.
That show is unreal.
If any of you who are listening about regarding that Sasha Baron Cohen, he has a series. What's the name of the series, Gage? Where he goes and he interviews.
It's called
I think
Who's
America. Who's America? Yeah.
Who's anybody who's listening here? If you need some entertainment today, you need to go look that up.
Yeah, go watch Who is America.
Who's America?
OJ.
And look up the
watch it,
OJ
specifically
Simpson
OJ
one.
Simpson.
Yeah, type in
Look up
Sasha
the
Baron
O.J.
Cohen.
Simpson one.
Yeah.
But-
Really funny.
Something else that popped up. Trump's most recent speech. One of his lines that came out of his mouth was, "People to the tone of people are dying that have never died before." I was watching something, and
I don't know how it works.
that was one of the lines he dropped. People are dying that have never died before.
Dying
People are,
now.
we have the best. We have the best people, best deaths.
Bigger button. Bigger coronavirus.
We have a huge outbreak here. We have the best. We have the best outbreak in the whole world. We have no control over it whatsoever.
Oh, man.
And lastly, something I don't know, Chancellor Merkel, the leader of Germany, came out and said, Germany's greatest challenge since World War II. And I think
Didn't the Unite or
there was a
something?
lot of comments saying her play on words could have probably, or her usage of words probably could have been a little stronger.
Imagine you live in Germany, you're a German citizen, and you hear that headline, and you're just probably thinking, well, I hope this virus works out a little bit better for us and the other things.
Joe, what'd your coaches
Crazy.
say? This is a catastrophe.
This is a catastrophe. Yeah,
I
exactly.
thought it was a disaster.
This is a disaster.
This is a disaster. Und yeah.
Yeah,
Disaster.
I think all the time whenever these type of events happen, you always see these people who could probably use better choice of words. But those are
For
some
sure.
interesting points I brought up.
What a world we live in right now.
And
Crazy.
just in general, I think, you have Trump, who had been downplaying Corona for a while now. And then all of a sudden he's coming out here and speaking about how he's been saying this forever, how this is a huge problem.
Freaking huge. And he called it
Huge.
he also called it the China virus one time on accident.
The China, he did refer to it as that.
Yeah, he's gonna put
The
up
China virus.
The China virus.
Yeah. He's never
man.
He's never been politically correct for sure. He struggles.
Speaks his
with
mind
that.
though. You got to respect that. He speaks his mind. So.
He does do that.
Hitler
other-
spoke his mind, Gage.
The other thing, kind of, in terms of big news here in the U.S., regards to the NFL free agency and Tom Brady.
Antonio Brown to the Bears?
Saying screw you to the Patriots organization.
Antonio Brown signing OJ as the head coach. Who else we got?
Yes.
Hernandez is the tight end. Get him out of jail. The Bears
Who would be
stacked. Aaron Hernandez, I mean.
As a Bears fan, best roster we could
What were we saying? Max, your iPhone's disabled mute. But Max, you there?
What? I know. Oh, you can hear me right now?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
And so,
Max having some difficulty over there. Max
Gage,
always.
Gage, what is your opinion on the whole Tom Brady move?
I did not know Tampa Bay was even an option. My roommate.
He went there for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's
just
signed,
waiting to the sign.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Is he for sure signed? Because I heard he can't get over there to sign the papers. And
Yeah, well, no, they're waiting for it.
physicals.
They need him to do a physical, but with everything going on right now, they're struggling to get that done. But once that's done, he announced on his Instagram though that he's going to Tampa Bay. So
I didn't realize. I knew they had like the defensive player of the year candidate in Jameis Winston, so I knew that their defense was stacked. Me and Brett always
defensive player of the year.
Me and Brett always joke around that
he plays for both teams. He's on both sides.
They should make it 30 for 30. Called 30 for 30.
30 for 30. How to play
what
for
if I told you
in 1 year?
Oh no! I didn't even know the Bucks were in the option there. That's crazy. I thought it was gonna be Chargers or the Dolphins.
In general, but how he did it, I think, was really interesting. I heard a lot of people say it was kind of a big screw you to the whole Patriots.
I don't know.
Base.
Was he just mad?
He dragged him through the mud, and then leaves him the entire offseason.
Why did he do that?
Most people think that he actually had the intention of going back, and the Patriots weren't budging, and so he just pulled the trigger. And
why? What was going wrong in New England? I heard he wasn't getting the respect he wanted. Like Bill Belichick wasn't treating him any differently. I don't know why, but I feel like if you're that kind of competitor like Tom Brady, for 20 years, that's I don't know. Seems out of the blue there.
Hey everybody, we see some people are tuning in here. Go ahead, shoot us some questions. Gage, I know has some different questions from you guys that I think he's gonna ask us here regarding. I'm not sure, but feel free to post something here. There's questions about anything we can answer.
We'll try to do our best to.
I'll try and pick.
You're in a rough situation if you're asking us three for advice or whatever. We might be in a pretty rough situation then, honestly. Gage, I love the shirt, man.
Yeah, you like it? I got this at Goodwill.
What do you think about this blazer, Max? I'm wearing this blazer without a shirt on.
I didn't see that. That's epic.
Do a little curtsy,
wait, you see what I'm wearing? See what I'm rocking right now, Joe?
Fanny, yeah.
Fanny, for sure. But
fashion advice from us.
Max, we should take them through our
Cinco de Mayo. Oh, we should do a suit walkthrough.
Yeah, we have. So for those who tuning in, we have Max and I love to go to Goodwill and love to go to Salvation Army and get the coolest stuff there, or other people wouldn't regard it.
Sometimes the ugliest.
Yeah, sometimes the ugliest, but we rock it. And every game day we come in and we definitely rock that and strutting.
I love showing up with suits.
So this is a Goodwill purchase. What was it, like $5.99? The most I think I dropped $40 on Goodwill, which is a lot one time, and I got like 8 or 9 articles of clothing. So good times.
I remember that.
Gage, what is the craziest story you have from us at UH?
A lot of people didn't know the behind the scenes stuff.
Okay, wait.
Craziest.
Just make sure.
Let's say non-volleyball here.
We can talk about us fighting all the time. So one time I
Tell that story. Yeah.
so
Most people
there's
don't
two
know
occasions.
this.
I think Max, were you there both times?
Yeah,
No,
both
only
times.
one. I think he was
So-
only there one time.
No, I was there before Irvine and then before Long Beach.
Okay.
Both of the brawls.
So this is my freshman year, Joe's junior year, Max's freshman year as well. Max and I had this tradition. We stayed in the dorms, and the Hawaii dorms don't have any air conditioning. So we decide we're like, okay, before every game day, and we have back-to-back games, so it'd be 2 nights in a row. We would go and we stay at Joe's house. It was air conditioning, or at the least it was cooler, right? So we'd go there. And all my life, Joe and I have been brawling. And when I say brawling, I'm talking about me and him would just absolutely duke it out. Blood would come. It's the whole gruesome, the whole 9 yards here.
It's
Right.
disturbing.
It's disturbing. It's amazing. And my dad was always fine with it as long as we didn't have any cheap shots, doing cheap shots to each other. So we're in the UC Irvine game, and I think I forget this. We're in the UC Irvine game, and this is the night before the UC Irvine. Was it the first night or the second night? I think
It
it was
was
second.
the
It was
first.
second.
No,
I
it was
think-
the first.
Are
What?
you sure?
Maybe second night. Yeah,
I think it was the second night. It was
maybe second night.
because I remember we lost the second night my freshman year. So we go in, and I think this is the morning of. I was just on my phone. I just woke up. I guess I slept on the wrong side of the bed, or Joe put us on the floor, so I slept on the wrong side of the floor. And Joe, remember I think he took my phone from me, and I was just kind of chilling. I was like, "Can I have my phone back?" He's like, "No." He was just kind of being annoying and just basically poking the bear there. I was like, "Give me my phone." So then I throw a haymaker directly at his face, and then Max. So it's me, Joe, and then Max is over here, and he hadn't seen us fight yet for the first time. I'll get your
I was like-
input afterwards, and I slug him, and then me and Joe just start going at it on the floor, just beating the crap out of each other. And then for my peripheral vision, I see Max, and he's just like frozen. And I had all these scratch marks and bruises everywhere on my body. And I had to explain to the coach, it was like, because Charlie's very, if you didn't know rules, we can't have long hair, and can't have any facial hair. So he's very strict on the rules about how your appearance is, because I mean, you gotta treat yourself as a professional, which I highly agree with. And so I had to go explain to Charlie that I got in a fight with Joe, and that's why I have all these like, stuff on my face and my neck and stuff. And I don't know, Max, I don't know what your reaction was to that.
I just think it's funny that you just said, "Yeah, I care about looking professional," and then just this outfit you're rocking. It's just
I mean,
an
this
awesome
is so
contrast.
professional to miss. And that was the second night at Long Beach. And then I think it was like after Long Beach, and we fight pretty often in college. It kind of reduced a lot because I don't know, we took it out in the court, I guess. I think it was a night in Long Beach. The first night, I remember we were up. 13-11. We were up 13-11, and I go 14.
Fit set, yeah.
14-11. Yeah, 14-11. I come in, and I serve it in the middle of the net, and they come back. This is a fifth set, and they come and they beat us. Was it like 17-19?
As the first night, yeah.
Then, and it was horrible. And Joe's like, "You're the reason I come home." And Joe just starts. I love Joe. Don't get me wrong, but he was like, "Yeah, man," he like getting on me, and I was so mad. And I remember we just started fighting. And the next night, it kind of worked because it turned out differently. But those are the two fighting stories at.
The second one, I just remember I was like, "Guys, just take it easy a little bit because we still need you for the next night."
The Wurzels are known for solving problems with their voices, not through physical violence.
Yes, you two are for sure.
And then, but for the most part, me and Joe are. I mean, we get along pretty well off the court now. It used to be really bad. Like,
Oh, I saw you fight another time. Sorry.
yeah, remember that was the training, right? It was the training.
Yeah.
We were doing jump ropes, and our father, Joe and our father, owns a club called Pacific Rim. We have our own facility. And what happens is towards the end of the summer, a bunch of guys get back in shape, back in the season. We host them at our house, and then we go and train. We go and train at Pacific Rim. And I want to say there's like 8 or 9 of us, and Joe was just like annoying me, like touching me and shoving me, and we were doing ladders, and he kept running and like nudging me, like, "Come on, Gage, come on, Gage, come on." And then all of a sudden, I just went and I shoved him, and they shoved me back. And then I think there was like 10 people there, and we just started fighting and brawling. And then eventually, my dad had to separate us and have us stay in separate rooms to kind of cool off until we were ready to get back on the court. And
It was awesome.
it was legendary. And I mean, these are the kind of stuff. I know we had a question on there about what it like having brothers on the team. I think that's honestly what it's like. A lot of brawls. If you're close with one another, I believe you're gonna have those kind of altercations.
I think it helps though.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You get it all out, rather than do like petty stuff. It's like take a shot to the face and a couple shots to the face, and you got it all out of your system. In my opinion.
I got a question for each of you guys here. I think not exactly asked by this, but interesting. I think you get interesting response for you. Each of you, 3 people that you've played with at the university. They could be on the team now or in the past. 3 people. If you're quarantined for, let's say, 2 months, who would you pick and why?
Is this for entertainment purposes or preparation purposes?
Whatever you want.
Oh, well, you know my answer. If it's prep purposes, I'm picking Jackson Van Eck.
Yeah,
my roommate.
that's correct.
He's an outdoorsman.
Yeah.
Okay, outdoorsman. Okay.
I have.
You got 2 more though.
I'm gonna say Dalt. He'll cook up some mean food for sure.
I would definitely put him in mind.
And then James, just for entertainment, just comedic purposes. You won't get an hour of sleep while he's there, but
didn't James got kicked out of his apartment one time? Not for
almost. Oh no, he did. He did get kicked
just
out.
by talk. Was it the first week?
He got evicted. Yeah, he got evicted.
James is so funny.
Just by talking. We love James. No hate to James.
James is the man.
That's so funny.
He did get evicted.
That's good. That's good.
Gage, who are your last 2?
Me, Dalton. Let's say cooking up mean steaks, and I don't know. I'd say probably Max, to be honest. Max to keep the entertainment going. You know how
Max
it is.
would be, yeah.
We could compare suits, compare style.
I'm honored. Maybe for some musical purposes.
Absolutely. I never had a suit before, and then I was going crazy when we got home from Northridge, and I took one of my suits. I was like, I gotta clean it, so I just threw it in the washer and dryer. So it's like a little crinkled now, so I have to iron it now. I don't know if it's ruined, but I was like, oh, coronavirus. Because we got it from Goodwill. You never know where those things come from.
You took a suit to Northridge?
No. It was I had dirty laundry I had to do, so. And I just completely vaccinated my entire room.
You vaccinated it?
Yeah, I licked it, the whole thing.
Just licked everything in my room.
Yeah, I ran out of toilet paper, so I was like, I need to get free toilet paper at the hospital. I'm trying to get
We'll finish off here the main portion here with one last hearing inquiry from some of the fans.
Radoslav is in here if you want to. Radoslav.
I know Rado is watching.
He says
Rado is watching.
What I can do to be like you. Well, I'm glad your English has improved over the last 4 years, Rado.
Wow, dude.
I just kidding. I love you, Rado.
Wow.
Rado speaks like 3 languages, so I can't say anything.
Wow. Gage, sometimes I think, even though it's his 3rd language, Rado has mastered English more than you have.
That's true. Sometimes I'm like, hey, yeah.
I'm like, what? What did you just say?
Who?
Oh my God, Joe! You ever notice Gage does that all the time? He's like, we like mentioned anyone in athletics.
Who? Yeah.
Can be a girl, can be a guy. He goes, who? Who is that? Who? What team? I don't know.
Yeah.
What do they look like?
Who is that? Who is it? I don't know. A picture. I need a picture.
Yeah.
I can't lose my mind.
What does he look like?
I really don't know many people. That's kind of why. But Joe, you had a last question here.
Gage, we're gonna finish off with something serious here. An advice from both you. An advice question and coming from Hana MG off of our Instagram here, asking about how to prevent injuries. I guess that's in terms of volleyball, I would assume. But on and off the court, preventing injuries, and what your recommendation is for that and your advice for that.
Is this for me? This one?
Yes. Both of you guys.
I think this is. I'll start off here. I'll keep it kind of short and concise, but I can be kind of hypocritical saying this. I've been kind of dealing with stuff in my left quad for a while now. I wasn't treating it the best. I was just wasn't. Treatment is one, and strength is the other. Strength and treatment are. I mean, you hear that from everyone. You can ask anyone that, and that's the basic answer for that. So make sure you strengthen it up, less chance of getting it hurt, and then make sure you give it treatment, stretch, do all the stuff that you need to do, and then last one, just don't do anything stupid. To be honest, I mean, we're not allowed to go like. There's certain stuff that if you take your career very seriously, don't go climbing trees like I just did a week ago, or don't go, Joe, when's the last time we skied or snowboard or anything like that? That wasn't like, there's stuff if you want to have a volleyball career be successful that you can't really do. But that comes with the whole volleyball gig though, or the professional gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my advice.
Max, is there anything you kind of had in mind to add on to that?
With preventing, I don't know. I've been pretty blessed with a lack of injuries and I've stayed blessed, to quote the Honorable Judge Brandon Rattray.
Judge, jury, execution.
I've had a lack of injuries and stuff, so I'm not really sure I'm the guy to ask. But I would agree with what Gage said. How about you, Joe? What do you think?
I think the older you get, the more important it is, and preventing injuries is way more than just stretching and taking care. Like I think people don't realize exactly what actually affects their body and what actually affects them staying healthy, whether it's your nutrition, your sleep, your hydration. All of that comes into play in terms of keeping you out of the athletic training room and on the court. I think we could go further into depth on that if people were interested. Leave comments if you wanted to know more on that. Gage and Max and I feel like we know a decent amount on this topic and getting into specifics. And if anybody was interested, they could comment below and we could get a hold of them via DM or whatever. But for show purposes, I think that we're not going to go super in depth, but like we said, there's so many different parts of it that play into you staying healthy. And I think, like I said, as you get older, you learn because you feel stuff more. Like I'm not speaking like I'm very old, but me versus when I came straight out of high school, I feel stuff way more 5 years down the road. But I think I definitely have realized from experience that I need to do an even better job. I think you can never be too good at it. There's always stuff that you can be better at and stuff that you can avoid doing or whatever to take care of your body.
One more question here, Joe. There's someone on Rebbe or Rebbe. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. They said, "Can you guys speak any other languages?" Personally, I'm in my fourth.
Guten Tag. Yeah. My German is horrible. I don't know if there's anybody from Germany here watching, if there's any fans or any of my teammates, but my German is horrible. I tried learning.
Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Wunderbar.
I'll tell you, I can't speak any other. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I speak Samoan. I'm in my fourth semester.
Max here can play several instruments. I think we plan on having him on here play a song or something at some point.
Jam sesh. That'd be sweet. But, I'd love to.
But I think this show we enjoy doing it, especially with the times of what's happening right now. It's going to be more towards the weekdays though. And we got to fix some stuff in terms of audio and video quality. I think this is much better than yesterday though already. We made a lot of improvements. But we're planning on next week even starting call-ins. We're going to have a couple of guests that you guys will be interested in. I feel like past teammates and friends. And then we're also very interested in creating a logo for maybe an Instagram page and our YouTube page. So if there's anybody that is capable of doing this, if you could reach out to us via DM on Instagram, Gage, Max, or I, we'd be very interested in having somebody come up with a logo for us, and having you on the show next week as well.
Absolutely.
So, like we said, it's just getting started. We enjoy talking. We feel like there's a lot of people we like interacting with, and it's a cool way to interact with people from across the world. in the U.S. here. And we're going to kind of keep this thing rolling. And I think we'll be back on next week. We'll keep you guys updated via Instagram. Gage is going to be starting up our Instagram for the show. So we'll let you know when that's up. You guys shoot us a follow. Shoot us a subscribe on YouTube here. We would love that on the Huddle here. But besides that, we thank you for listening in today on this Aloha Friday.
No work till Monday.
No work for a lot of days.
Yeah, no work till.
Except if you're an Uber Eats driver.
Gage, why don't you inspire our listeners here on our sign off with something?
Anything?
Really get them going here. Yeah, really fire us up.
Fire up.
Fire me up, Gage.
Oh God, putting me on the spot. Classic Joe, put me on the spot all the time.
Typical Joe. Putting Gage.
Typical
Hey,
Joe.
I feel like Gage here has got something inspiring for us.
Well, if you're allowed, if you're one of the states that aren't quarantined, like ourselves so
which
far,
isn't many.
Yeah, if you live in Vermont,
you live in North Dakota, feel free to do what you want. I don't know, man. I mean, we're here. We're about to send mocks or sandies. You know, I think we're about to get shut down. So make sure use this time to watch a lot of the Huddle, and watch a lot just stuff you want to do, get ahead on work or whatever. For those students out there who have online classes, use to the best ability, and use your time wisely. Do your work, exactly. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to really say. I mean, just stay safe out there, and if you ever get a chance to go out, if you're not quarantined yet, try and get out or social distance yourself, but still go on a hike.
Social distance.
Exactly.
I'm really good at that. I have no friends, so.
All of them's Deutschland. All of them's a Fatherland. Is it motherland or fatherland?
I don't know.
I think you're thinking of Russia, which people call the motherland.
Yeah, I don't know anybody.
I guarantee you, look
Germany,
it up.
the motherland.
Germany's the fatherland. Look it up. But yeah, I mean, just make sure you stay blessed, stay safe, and watch a lot of the Huddle and tune into our next show, and we'll be giving you good content.
Yes, sir.
Dankeschön, mahalo, bravo, Gage.
Thank you.
Shoots.
So far, so far.
Have a wonderful Aloha Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll be on next week. Everybody stay safe. And we'll look forward to hearing from you guys, some of you guys on the show next week. Aloha.
Aloha.
Cheers.